right, can you state your name for the camera, please?
Rob Perkins.
And this is Carl. We're in the Ferrari F430. We're doing 10 laps, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so just a few things, Rob, before we take off.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you go as fast as you want on the track, as long as we're doing everything correctly and safely.
Right.
So to be fast, you need to be really smooth. So smooth with all your turning in, your braking, and acceleration.
Gotcha.
So you probably noticed that, like when you were in the Cayenne, it was really fast, but it felt really smooth, just because the way, like, he's only turning just as much as he needs to.
Right,
so that's what we need to be doing here.
Okay.
The mirrors are set up for me, so don't worry about any of the cars on the track around us. If we're going to be passed by a faster car, I'll put my hand on the wheel and I'll turn the hazards on to let them pass us, and I'll let you know which way they're going to overtake us. If we need to pass a slower car, we're going to wait for their hazards, and then I'll tell you which way to pass them.
Okay.
And whenever we're doing a pass, my hand's going to be on the wheel. I'm just going to have it there in case anything happens.
But I'm still in control.
But yes,
yeah.
You're still in control of the car. Don't let go of the wheel if I put my hand on it. I'm just there to help guide you.
Yeah, you're steering. Right.
Yeah, no. And we're doing manual today?
Manual, yeah.
Okay. So upshift paddles on the right, downshift paddles on the left. You just need 1 or 2 fingers to upshift and downshift. When I say upshift, just stay on throttle and shift. No need to lift off throttle.
Gotcha.
And then when we're braking, we're always going to brake first and then downshift. We're never going to downshift first.
Okay.
So it's always brake, then downshift. I'll tell you when to upshift and downshift, so don't really worry about it too much on the track. We're only going to upshift on the straight and then downshift at the end of the straightaway. Cool. Other than that, we're going to be in pretty much 3rd or 4th gear throughout the whole track.
Okay. Right.
Do you have any questions about the car or the track before we get out there?
No, I don't think so. We're good. Good.
All right.
Leave it in this mode?
Yes. We're leaving it in yeah.
Not race.
No. I know, I wish we could put it in race mode. Okay, so you have 10 laps.
Yeah.
We can't do 10 laps all at once. It has to be split. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because the car will overheat if we do more than 7. So we have to split it up in 2 sessions. We can do 5 and 5, 4 and 6, 6 and 4, 3 and 7. So.
I don't mind. Let's just see how it goes as we go around.
Okay. You want to do?
I'd rather do, I think, more up front.
More up front?
Yeah.
I would actually suggest less first.
Okay.
So we could get on the track, you get a feel for it. We could talk about what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and we could go back out and go faster.
Correct it. Okay, that sounds good.
And then you'll have more laps of corrected driving.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Can you turn the wheel 1 full rotation to the right, please? There you go. Okay. So now that the wheels are straight, foot on the brake, upshift once, and then we can start pulling forward nice and slowly. We're going to exit through the center pillar right there where the lady's standing.
Yeah.
So once she hears the car, she'll move.
Now, all right. I took my foot off the brake, but we don't have any...
It's not going to roll forward like an automatic car. Yeah, because the throttle engages the clutch to move forward.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Right.
Pull up to the blue cones.
Yep, pull up to the blue cones right in the center. Right in the center of the blue cones and come to a complete stop. So stop right here. Alright, just make sure that the track is clear, so whenever you're ready we can head onto the track and stay to the right hand side. I'm going to tell you to upshift once, 1 more. Alright, so here's our first turn in. I'm going to turn all the way into the corner, all the way to the left, stay left until the next turning cone, bring it back to the right. Now you can start squeezing the throttle, nice and gently there. Upshift. Try to keep your hands at 9 and 3 too. Brake here. Nice. Off the brakes now. Get down to the apex.
Downshift?
No, just leave it in this gear for now. We're gonna go wide right here, brake here, and then downshift once. And if you miss a shift, it's okay. Don't worry about it. We'll get it on the next corner. Start squeezing the throttle now. Get back to the left-hand side of the track. Stay in this gear. And brake hard. Off the brakes now and turn in. Get close to the cones here. You can go straight through the chicane. Stay to the left. Brake here. Off the brakes now. Turn in. Close to the apex and squeeze the throttle out of the corner. We want to be in the middle of the track here. Brake hard. Off the brakes now and scan across the track. Look for your next apex. It's way over there. Get to the apex. There you go. Squeeze the throttle now out of the corner. And that's our first lap. Brake hard here. Brake a little bit more. Turned it a little bit too early there, and you're using too much throttle. Off throttle.
Gotcha.
Turn in and squeeze the throttle. You got to be really patient there with the throttle because the car will just plow right through there. Upshift. And brake hard. Downshift once. Off throttle, off brakes, turn in. Squeeze the throttle now. Let the car float out wide to the right side of the track. And brake hard in a straight line. Wait to turn in. Now turn in. Get to your apex there. Start squeezing the throttle now and get to your exit cone. Just like that. Back to the left-hand side of the track. And brake hard. Off the brakes now and turn in. Get close to this cone right here. And straight through, just like that. Very good. Brake. Off the brakes and turn in. Squeeze the throttle nice and gently. And brake here.
Stay in the middle, yeah?
Yep, try to stay in the middle lane. Keep scanning across the track. Main goal is to get to the apex there. So you missed it by like 3 feet. No worries, that's what we're here to work on. And brake hard here. Off the brakes and turn in. Get all the way down to the apex. Be patient with the throttle this time. Stay all the way to the left. And bring it back to the right now. Start squeezing the throttle more and more. Use the full width of the track here to full throttle. Upshift. And brake hard. Downshift once. Off the brakes and turn in. Get close to your apex. Squeeze the throttle out of the corner now. Get close to the wide side of the track. Brake hard here. Try to stay off the paint right there.
Okay.
Yep, turn in. Squeeze the throttle now. Unwind the wheel towards your exit cone. There you go.
I came off the gas too quick there.
Yeah, it's all right. Turn in here, get close to the apex again, and straight through, straight line through, and then to the left again. Brake. Off the brakes now and turn in. Squeeze the throttle out of the corner, middle of the track. Brake hard here, brake harder, harder. Okay, off the brakes now, scan across the track again, get to your apex this time. There you go, squeeze the throttle out of the corner. A little bit too early, but it was better than last time. And brake hard here. Off the brakes now, turn it, get all the way down. Patient with the throttle again. Stay all the way left. Now bring it back to the right, start squeezing the throttle. More throttle, more throttle. Use the full width of the track. There you go. Upshift. And brake hard. Downshift once. Turn in, there you go. Get to your apex. Patient with the throttle, patient. Squeeze the throttle now. Let the car go out wide. Brake hard into straight line, straight line. Now turn in. All the way down to the apex. Start squeezing the throttle, unwinding the wheel to your exit cone. And then back to the left. Brake hard here. Off the brakes and turn in. Get close to your apex here. Straight through again. And then back to the left. Brake. Off the brakes and turn in. Squeeze the throttle through the corner. Brake hard here. And we're going to pull off the track.
Okay.
So pull off through these blue cones right here.
Wow. That was nuts. Loved it.
You're doing a great job.
Am I doing all right?
Oh, you're doing all right, yeah. And then let's go through here. And then we're going to park into those, we're going to park in between these white cones, these white cones right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just straight through in the middle?
Yeah, just straight through in the middle right there. That's good.
Ooh.
And then foot off the brake, please. And then pull both paddles towards you.
Neutral.
Yep, neutral, that's it. So, we're gonna let the car cool down a little bit, and we also get to talk about what we did out there.
Right.
So, you're doing a really great job. I can't really think of anything that you need to work on.
Closer on the apex, I think.
You need to be closer on the apexes. I think your seating position might be a little bit too far still, because in the corners, I see you reaching. You know,
yeah,
instead,
I'm doing that.
Yeah, because I want you to be at 9 and 3 hand position at all times, just so that when I tell you to shift, you can shift easily.
Oh, that's a little close,
because it's just hard the way that this car is built. Your legs are kind of cramped, but yeah, because I want your arms, because when we're in some of the corners, you're almost like pretty much 180 with the steering wheel. Your arms are almost crossed. Well, yeah, you're it's gonna be crossed in the turn, but.
I know what you're saying. You want more of that, less of this.
Right. Because of the way your arms are right now, you can't cross them. So that's why you have to move your hand position so that you
Gotcha.
can turn. But if your arms are closer, it's easier to cross. It's easier to cross over without reaching and leaning
Gotcha.
forward.
Okay.
Yeah. So good. All right, we fixed the seating position.
Yep. I know one thing on the just before the chicane. Oh no, hang on. Is it the? Yeah, I think it's just before the last bend. I'm letting off the gas maybe too early. I'm anticipating the braking.
I don't think that you're letting off the gas too early. I think it's just that you're using too much brake.
Oh, okay.
Some of the corners you're braking too hard. Like, it's just a matter of timing how much braking force you need to use
Gotcha.
to get to the corner. So you over brake, and then you're going slow, so then you throttle through the corner.
Gotcha.
But if you brake just the right amount to get the car through the corner, that's what we're trying to get. But
Right.
I mean, that takes some getting used to with the car and the track, etc. So maybe try braking less into some corners, and if you need to brake harder, I'll tell you to brake harder.
Okay. Sounds good.
So
And I'm not on the straight. Before we approach that long straight, I seem to be. You've said it a few times. You know, use the whole track. Am I
Right.
coming up through the middle too much? I need to drift out more to the
well,
left. Or?
you're going. You have a good line through there. Your apex is good there, but then you're turning too much into the center of the track, so
Right.
we're not getting as much straight line speed as we could.
Gotcha.
If you let the car drift out wider to the outer edge of the track, you'd be able to pick up more straight line speed and go faster down the straightaway.
Right. I'm not even looking. I don't even know what speed I'm hitting on that straight.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't pay attention to that
Yeah.
either. I'm just making sure that you're doing a good job with your lines. But if we hit that corner right, we could get to 110, 115. Right now, I think we're getting to maybe 95-ish.
Okay.
So, and then another thing, try to stay off the paint. Like when we're in a braking zone or the turn after the end of the straightaway, when I tell you to go out wide.
Yeah.
You got on fully on the paint one time, and
Okay.
we almost hit the cone. So just try to avoid the paint because it doesn't have that much traction either, and the car will get kind of squirrely on it.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, great job. So we can skip back on the track and do the other 6 laps.
Do you want me to go to the left of the orange cone?
Yeah, just left. Yeah.
Okay.
So foot on the brake.
Yep.
Upshift once, and we can start pulling forward.
It's funny. I immediately look for the mirror and like I can't see it.
Yeah, don't worry about any of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so just do the blue cones again and stop right here. Alright,
We're good?
yeah, head onto the track, stay to the right hand side. Upshift once, one more. All the way in, all the way to the left, and back to the right now. Start squeezing the throttle. Yeah, see, just like that. Use more of the track. Full throttle now. Upshift. And brake hard here. Downshift once. Off the brakes and turn it. All the way down to the apex there. Start squeezing the throttle. Go out wide. Brake hard here to straight line. Brake hard. Turn in now. Get all the way down to the apex. And if the car doesn't turn anymore, just turn out. Don't turn more.
Okay.
Yep. And brake hard. Off the brakes now and turn in. That was a lot better that time. Straight through and stay to the left. Brake. Off the brakes and turn in. Squeeze the throttle through the corner. Middle of the track here. And brake hard here. Off the brakes and scan across. Get to your apex. Keep turning. There you go. Start squeezing the throttle now. Unwinding the steering wheel. And brake hard here. Off the brakes now and turning all the way down to the apex. All the way to the left and bring it back to the right now. Start squeezing the throttle. Use the full width. Use the full width of the track. Just like that.
Better?
Yep, better. Upshift. And brake hard. Downshift once. Off the brakes and turn in. Get to the apex here. There you go. Very good. Squeeze the throttle out of the corner. Brake hard. Straight line. Straight line. Wait to turn in. Now turn in. All the way down to the apex. Patient with the throttle. Now start squeezing the throttle. Unwind the wheel. Back to the left. And brake. Off the brakes and turn in. Much better on your braking there. Straight through. To the left. Off the brakes. Off the brakes. Turn in. Squeeze the throttle out. Off the brakes, scan across. Look for apex, patient with the throttle, patient, patient. Now start squeezing throttle. Go, go, go.
That was in too low a gear.
And brake hard here. Off the brakes and turn in, get all the way down to the apex. Patient with the throttle here again. Okay, back to the right, more throttle. More throttle, more throttle. Use the full width of the track. Full throttle now. Upshift. And brake hard. Downshift once. Off the brakes, turn in. Get to the apex there. Let the car float out wide. Brake in a straight line. Off the brakes and turn in. Get close to the apex. Start squeezing the throttle now. More throttle, more throttle. Unwind the wheel. Off the brakes, turn in, straight through. Straight through, very good. Back to the left. Touch a brake here, turn in. Squeeze the throttle out. There you go. And brake hard. Off the brakes now, get to your apex. Scan across, patient, patient, patient. Now start squeezing throttle, more throttle, full throttle. And brake hard. Patient, patient, patient. Back to the left. And turning back to the right now. More throttle, go, go, go. Use the full width of the track, full throttle here. Upshift. And brake hard. Downshift once. Off the brakes, turn in. Squeeze the throttle out of the corner. Brake. Off the brakes and turn in. Get close to the apex. Squeeze the throttle, more throttle, more throttle, more throttle. There you go. And brake hard here. Off the brakes, turn in. Patient with the throttle, patient, patient. Back to the left now. Squeeze the throttle out. Turn in, squeeze the throttle. More throttles, middle of the track. Brake hard here. Off the brakes, look ahead. Middle of the track. Get to your apex. Oh, you missed your apex there.
Missed it.
Squeeze the throttle out of the corner. And brake hard. Off the brakes. Get to your apex here. Stay all the way to the left-hand side. And bring it back to the right now. Applying more throttle. More throttle. So it's full throttle here. Just like that. That's the perfect line through there. Upshift. And brake hard. Downshift once. Off the brakes and turn in, get to your apex. Very good throttle control. And brake. Off the brakes, turn in. More throttle now. Unwind the wheel to full throttle. Off the brakes, turn in. Patient with the throttle here. To the left, squeeze the throttle here. Light brake, turn in.
Yeah, I was too heavy on the brakes there.
Yeah, a little bit too heavy there. Brake here. Off the brakes now, scan across the track, get to your apex, look for it. Alright, start squeezing throttle, more throttle, full throttle here.
That's better.
And brake. Off the brakes now, turn in, all the way down to the apex. All the way to the left, very good. Back to the right now. More throttle, keep applying more throttle. To full throttle here.
Yep, full.
Upshift. And brake hard. Downshift once. Turn in, get close to your apex here. There you go. Squeeze the throttle out of the corner. Brake hard. Turn in. Get to the apex. Squeeze the throttle, unwind the wheel, straight line. Off the brakes, turn in. Straight line through. Brake. Off the brakes, turn in. Squeeze the throttle out. Brake hard. Off the brakes. Squeeze the throttle now. Squeeze the throttle, there you go. Unwinding the wheel. And brake. Brake. That's the end of our 10.
Oh,
so we're
sorry.
Yeah, no, off the brakes.
You want me to go around?
Yeah, we're gonna go around. We're gonna cool down the car.
Okay, sorry.
So upshift into fourth. And then we're gonna stay at about 50 miles, 50, 60 miles an hour. We're just gonna cool down the car, try not to use any brake pedal.
Gotcha. Do you want me to stay off the racing line?
Yeah, well, just stay here and I'll let you know if you need to move. But yeah, let's just cruise around the track around this speed.
Woo! You have to focus. Jeez.
Oh yeah. Lots of focus. What'd you think?
Insane. I enjoyed that a lot. That was a lot of fun.
You want to keep going?
No, this is not my money. My buddy's paying for this with a nice big tax refund.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was going to say if you wanted to get another lap or two, and I'll give you a buy one, get one free.
Yeah, they mentioned that to us, but
Okay.
listen, that was fantastic.
Alright.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, you got 10. Most people only get 5, so you already got double what the average person gets. Isn't this a great car?
Oh, unbelievable.
You did a great job. I mean, I think the racing line and car control is natural for you. It comes naturally to you. So
Part of it, I mean, I know for starters with the bike, you just have to have so much control of your line,
right,
and knowing when to accelerate, when to brake. You want to pull out?
right, pull out to the.
You know, I did that for years and years, and I kept myself alive doing it. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that helped a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, let's turn through here, and then we're gonna park to the left of the Porsche. So just pull straight forward here. Pull up a little bit more and stop. Pull both pedals towards you, please. Then foot off the brake, and then turn the wheel all the way to the left until it stops. And that's it.
Dude,
Oh.
fantastic. Unbelievable.
You have fun?
Yeah, fun doesn't quite describe it. It's more than
Right,
fun.
right, definitely.
Holy moly.
All right.
Engine off or?
No, let's leave it on. Do
right.
you have any questions, comments, concerns before we get out of the car?
No. I don't know, probably be 1,000 questions when I get home,
Yeah.
but for now, that was just
All right.
amazing. Thank you.
All right. Awesome.